What's up, guys? Welcome back to another vlog. We have Action 4, we have Mic 2, and we got the Telson ND8. And I wanted to talk to you about a few things when it comes to vlogging, because I know when starting out, this can be overwhelming, and this is still overwhelming for someone like myself. I just wanted to talk to y'all straight up, no crazy edits, no nothing. I wanted to tell you the honest truth on how I feel about vlogging and how I got into it and how I'm getting better at it. All right, let's jump in. So first things first, like I know everyone tries to overcomplicate the gear. Like, I'm gonna be honest, you don't need complicated gear. I mean, if you could, I would use the phone that you have, and then as you get the budget, I would go into something like, let's say, an Action 4. I would recommend Action 4 because that one right now is on sale, and it has great quality, and it has the Osmo Mimo app and the ecosystem to back it. If you did get mics and stuff like that, like the Mic 2 or the Mic Mini, I would actually go with the Mic Mini because it does give you great quality, and it's like at like 70 bucks. But nonetheless, I don't want to put too much emphasis on gear. You can use any camera that you have today. And I'm telling you, the hardest part is the filming. You know, you want to think about if you really want to film. But before you even do that, when you decide on a camera, you want to, one, dial in that camera, do some research on YouTube, look up anything that you can find when it comes to content to get this camera dialed into the look that you're going for. Or if not, you can just film in automatic. You know, there's some ways to set ranges on these cameras where you just want the camera just to look good no matter what scenario you're in. I know I've been talking about ND filters for the past couple of videos and stuff like that. I've been using them, but it's just because I want to go for a specific look. And in some cases, I may not even use the ND filter. You know, don't put too much emphasis on the gear. There's a lot of people who do that, and I'm always doing that. You know, I'm the one that's always looking at gear, but now like going back into something simple like an Action 4, even though I have the Osmo Pocket 3, I think I'm just more comfortable just turning on the camera and shooting, and that is the hardest part. I'm gonna be honest, that is the absolute hardest part. When it comes to creating, you can buy whatever gear you want. You can buy the most expensive camera, you can buy the most expensive this or that, but if you're not putting on content, it just becomes a waste. And I talk about this all the time, but save your money, save your money. Save your money and invest your time into making content. Invest your time into getting better at talking in front of a camera. Invest your time into thinking of ideas on how to create. If you do that, all of these other things, you can buy whatever camera you want once you invest time into getting better at talking to the camera. All right, the next one, keep it simple. You know, a lot of people have a story. A lot of people have ideas. A lot of people are good at certain things, you know. Just in my comments alone, I've gotten a huge amount of details, ideas, resources, tips, tricks. You are an expert at something, and it's something that excites you. There's something that just turns that spark on and makes you want to just talk, or something that you're an expert, you are advanced at. You use those things to catapult you into creating content. It's so simple. Like, one thing that I like to do, and one thing that I've always done in my life, in my career, is help people. Doing this at one point was something very, very hard and like scary to me. But now, you know, I'm comfortable talking about it, and this will hopefully empower someone on the other end of this camera to do the same. Think about it like this. There's some things out there that you have shown somebody or taught somebody or have trained somebody, whether it be like cars, it could be hair, it could be cooking, it could be fitness, it could be financial freedom, it could be any of those things. If there's something that at one point that was a challenge to you, why don't you turn on the camera once you've decided which camera that you want and talk to your audience about how to be an expert at it. So that way, now they can ask you all these questions because of your experience. You can get constructive feedback. You can learn things that you have never done before in that same space, and then you can be completely an expert at it. Or even you can film as a amateur where you don't understand something, but you're trying something out for the first time, and then you can utilize the audience of the content you're creating to help you navigate that journey and get better at it. I think a lot of people leave so many ideas on the table. I guess I don't think about it 24/7, but now that I have this artistic or this creative, let me say creative direction when it comes to ideas, it's almost like, damn, that's an idea. Damn, that's an idea. And it's like, those ideas are everywhere. There's so many ideas. Everyone in the world is so gifted at something, but if you don't talk about it, no one will know about it. Use your platform to catapult your ideas into the world so that way you can teach somebody or give somebody insight or ideas on how to create or anything. I know I'm rambling here, but these are gems that you can use, and they're within your everyday life. All right, the next one, another tip for y'all. Think about vlogging like a diary, right? Don't worry about what others think. Focus on telling your story. There will be an audience that will be looking to watch your content. Not everyone has the same interests, but just focus on telling your story. Your story is one of one. There was no one else in the world that could recreate your story. Focus on that. When you tell your story, you're almost comfortable because you know it word from word, page for page. There's no director's cut. There's no, oh, you should have did this. No, your story is completely yours and yours alone. Allow this diary or this story to be told in your own words. It's not like you're pretending to be something you're not. This is your story. This is your life. These are the experiences at your job, your friends, your family, things that you experience. Sometimes you have a story every day. You get up to go to work. All of a sudden, you're on your way and the bridge goes up and you're gonna be late. And then you could tell that story and you could document it. Like once you figure out the camera, once you get comfortable just being yourself and doing all these other things, this becomes completely easy. All right, I know I talk about these all the time, and I know I talk about them in every single video, but you gotta talk to this camera like it's one of your friends. And I know for a fact that we don't wanna see office cubicle Storm. We wanna see in real life Storm. We wanna see him get excited about the things that he is talking about or she is talking about. We don't want to hear about we don't want to hear your corporate office voice. Be exactly who you are. Talk to yourself. Talk to this camera like you on a FaceTime call with one of your close friends that you haven't seen in a long time. We want to hear who you are and how you talk no matter what. Even if someone was to call me right now on the phone, I would talk just like this because I'm comfortable. This is me. If you do this, you will have tremendous success because people can read fake. People can read fake, and you cannot be an imposter every single day. I'm telling you right now, don't try it. It will not work. And I mean this respectfully. I'm telling y'all, if you have a passion for this, be yourself. Talk about what you want to talk about. Obviously you got to be smart about what you create to get an audience and all that aside, but be yourself. Be yourself. I'm telling you, once I decided that I wasn't gonna try and script things, I became more comfortable. I started to create more content. I started to want to do it every day. And I'm not gonna say to post a video every day, but once you're yourself, it becomes so easy. It doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like a task. It doesn't feel like, in short, if you grab a camera, whatever it is, and I recommend something budget. Once you figure out how to talk, figure out what you want to talk about. Once you figure out how you want to create this story and treat it like a diary and not focus on the what people think. And then once you decide, you combine that with a passion to talk like you're speaking to a friend on the other end of this lens, this becomes so simple and easy. I know things can be complicated, but it doesn't have to be. Grab that camera that you want, no matter what it is. Shoot an automatic. You don't need ND filters. You don't need the best of the best. Talk about your passions. Talk about what you like. Talk about how you overcome adversity. Talk about a real story that you can talk about without even thinking about it. Enjoy that journey. This is so easy. This is your diary. Tell your story. We want to hear it. Listen, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't. We have just surpassed 400 subscribers, and I am so thankful for every single one of you. Take care of yourself. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.